Learn everything you can, anytime you can, from anyone you can. There will always come a time when you will be grateful you did. This quote comes from Sarah Caldwell. One of the reasons why many billionaires continue growing their wealth is because they learn lots of new things every day. And they do this by reading and reading a lot. As an entrepreneur, the journey sometimes feels so lonely and sometimes you feel like giving up. But you are not alone. Most successful entrepreneurs have failed the same way. And sometimes also they have self-doubt. This is not new, but the most important thing is to surround yourself with people that motivate you and want to see you succeed. And also read lots of books that inspire you in pursuing your dream. I have been motivated on many occasions by reading quotes from successful entrepreneurs and leaders of our free world. And I would like to share those quotes with you today. The following are some of the quotes that inspire me to keep pursuing my dreams and pushing forward to leave a good legacy to my children. I believe we should leave this place better than we found it, and the best way to predict the future is to create it. No one can certainly predict what the future will be. Only God knows. But something certainly you and I can do is start creating something awesome today. And this is by sowing seeds that will germinate into the future we would like to have. As Warren Buffett says, someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. You can't expect different results tomorrow if you continue doing the same things today. In my entrepreneurial journey, I've always had this quote in the back of my mind. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Choosing not to quit is what separates successful and non-successful people. If you quit now, you'll never achieve anything substantial in life. Not quitting enables you to use the experience gained from your past mistakes to optimize future methods for the problem. This means you'll be working smarter next time. Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba, a poor boy from a poor family, changed the entire e-commerce business in China. His success story didn't start quickly. As a child, he had to redo his middle school entrance exam twice. Jack Ma was rejected 10 times from Harvard University. He submitted about 30 job applications, but got rejected each time. Everything seemed working against Jack Ma. He was even rejected from working at KFC. Starting Alibaba was an uphill battle. The company didn't become profitable until after a period of 3 years. All Silicon Valley investors from whom he requested funding declined. It got to a time when the company was nearing the point of bankruptcy. This didn't discourage Jack Ma. Jack Ma's tenacity yielded in the results that we see today. One of my favorite quotes that inspires me each time I read it is, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it is whether you get up." Never give up is a phrase that we've all heard, and it is a phrase that is easier said than done. But if history has taught us anything, is that having a no give up attitude can make one accomplish great things. So the next time you feel like you can't get up after a failure, remember, it doesn't matter how many times you fall. It only matters how many times you get up on your feet and continue moving forward. My next quote is from Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. How many people right now are being held back by the thought of what other people are thinking about them? These are many. Don't try to live your life to please others. You will never be happy and you'll never achieve your dreams. If you have a dream, go for it. As Martin Luther King Jr. said,
I have a dream.
What dream do you have right now? Don't stop pursuing it. Ignore the naysayers.
Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the naysayers. Everything I ever did, the thing that I heard out of people's mouth was, that's impossible. That can't be done. Oh no. I remember when I wanted to be a bodybuilding champion, including my parents and everyone else around me, said this is impossible. Why don't you become a ski champion? That's what they do in Austria. Or a bicycle champion, or do some track and field. You can't be a bodybuilding champion. That is exactly what I heard, and of course I proved to the people that it can't be done. So whenever someone said to me, it can't be done, I heard it can be done. When they said no, I heard yes. And when they said it's impossible, I heard it is possible.
There is a story I want to share with you. There was a game ranger in Africa who came across a baby elephant that was left by the mother, left to die. The game ranger adopted this elephant and took him home. The elephant was weak, so the game ranger started nursing it. To avoid the baby elephant running into danger, the game ranger tied the baby elephant's foot around a stud. The elephant eventually grew into an enormous elephant. One day, the game ranger's dog was playing around the elephant and started a conversation. The dog asked, "Why is it that all these years you've not left this spot? I see your elephant family going all about the place." The adopted elephant replied, "I can't move from this place. I have been tied around this stud for many years." The dog replied with another question, "How come you can't let yourself loose? Your family members pull down enormous trees, and how come just a little stud in the ground is holding you back?" The elephant was conditioned in its mind that it couldn't pull itself off the leash. It gave up after trying many times. The moral of the story is that many people have been conditioned to think a certain way because of their surrounding and their background. But anyone can change their narrative by transforming their way of thinking. My next quote comes from Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group. "My biggest motivation, just to keep challenging myself. I see life almost like one long university education that I never had. Every day, I'm learning something new. The day you stop learning is the day that you stop performing at your best. Be eager to learn something new every day." This brings me to the next quote that every entrepreneur should know. It is fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Many people fear failing, and yet failure is the greatest teacher that you will ever have. The experience and lessons learned from those failures have seen Bill Gates and other billionaires like Elon Musk create a lot of wealth. Don't only celebrate success, but also pay close attention to your failures. They have valuable lessons. Before I move on to my next quote, Denzel Washington once said, "Learn to fail big."
Fail big. That's right. Fail big. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances professionally. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals.
It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you will do things differently. In all your dealings, strive to have a good name. Be a man and a woman of your word. Let your yes be yes and let your no be no. Albert Einstein once said, "Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere." Many successful entrepreneurs have been able to achieve many milestones, things that other people thought they couldn't. All the inventions that we use today were someone else's vision. So don't limit your imagination. You can never tell the positive impact you can have on our world. Success is walking from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. This quote is by Winston Churchill. He served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1940 to 1945. Despite many failures, he never lost enthusiasm. That's the kind of attitude every entrepreneur should have. There will be many failures, but never lose enthusiasm. Napoleon Hill once said, "If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way." No matter the humble beginnings, never stop pursuing your dreams. Make small progress steps every day. Compound interest will play a great role in your favor. Don't underestimate small beginnings. Every mile starts with few steps. There is a story I heard many years ago. There was this huge mahogany tree that stood strong in the middle of an African forest. It was more than 100 years. For many years, it withstood strong winds and everything that Mother Nature threw at it. But one day, it was found fallen on the ground. When they carried out investigations into the occurrence, they found that a few ants, the size of a human hand, had brought this enormous tree down. For years, they had been eating at the tree roots, and one day they brought down this huge tree that withstood many strong winds. The moral of the story is, if you can't do great things, start doing small ones in a great way. Sooner or later, your impact will be felt. These are the 10 quotes that you should remember in your entrepreneurial journey. If you got any value in this video, please consider subscribing. And also do me a big favor, let us get 10,000 likes on this video and leave a comment of a quote that you liked in the video. As always, I appreciate you stopping by. Until next time, peace. Also consider watching our other videos on my left.